Hello Moonbreakers, and welcome to the third video of me ranking all of the crew. I will continue to try making the videos short as possible, and to make it even easier to follow along with the ranking for each crew, I have tried to include a tier list below me, which I will try to update as we go along with each of the crew. So in today's video, we will be discussing the Yi-Aweti culture, and it's difficult to say where they excel, since they all have very unique abilities and playstyles for their own scenarios, and pretty much any type of utility you need, whether it's healing, increasing health or attack, or just blocking off areas, Yi-Aweti pretty much has that. So let's get started with our first crew called Captivator Sianya. And Captivator Sianya is a very strong unit. They are expensive and not that they don't have that much health, but their ability is what makes them really great. For only 2 Cinder, you are able to capture a whole bunch of units in a rather large area. And if you manage to have Sianya in range and also in line of sight, each turn the captive units will not be able to move, and they will take 3 damage. They will be released if you manage to hit Sianya for each unit that is captured. And it's also quite easy to capture your own units, which will mean they take damage. The ability is what makes her or them really strong, but the 7 cost leadership and only 10 health will bring them down to a 4 for me. And then Charger Macau is a quite strong unit, especially on large maps which have a lot of corridors, since they are able to lock down huge areas with their channel Sun, being able to deal heavy damage and also disarming enemy crew or any crew that is hit. What disarm does is that they are not the affected unit is unable to attack the next turn, but they are unless the area is very specific, it's quite easy to move out of Charger Macau's field of effect. So I think they have a strong potential, but quite easy to they're quite easy to counter, but which makes them not that strong in my eyes. So I think a 3 is decent for Charger Macau. And I just want to add that Charger Macau is actually quite high up on the 3 tier list because they are a very cheap unit, so you can put them down in the first couple of turns and just try to force the opponent to go a certain way. But the next crew we have Cloaker Tosi. And this is a rather simple unit. They give allies in a medium-sized area called a keyword called cloak, and that makes the unit unable to be interactable, which is quite strong. But since Cloaker is only 6 health, it's somewhat easy to deal with them as soon as they are deployed, and then you can deal with whichever unit was cloaked before. And this makes me place them as a 2. And then we have another somewhat gimmicky unit in Glitter. And this is a very unique way of giving healing power to your any unit that you want. You target any unit, and then whenever that unit takes damage, other units in close range will be healed by the same amount. And this is very situational and hard to pull off in any sort of meaningful way. Oftentimes you will not heal that much, or you will also heal your opponent's units, which you don't want. So with how gimmicky Glitter is and difficult to pull off at 5 leadership, Glitter is another 2 for me. And then we have another quite bad unit. It seems like we are going through all the bad units to begin with. And Melini is very weak, both in terms of attack and health. But they have a decent ability, being able to reduce accuracy for any units in clear line of sight. And the clear line of sight requires that there is no obstacles in the way, no units, no terrain, or anything. But that is what hurts them quite a lot. It's quite easy to either just come in close and attack Melini really quickly, or just ignore the debuff that they give. So in my eyes, Melini is a 2, very low on the ranking. And next we have Motivator Atsi. And this is another one I will be ranking at a 2, solely because they are very focused on Cinder generation. And to start that Cinder generation, you need to pay quite a lot of Cinder to begin with. What saves Motivator Atsi is their low cost and high damage and health. And then they also have the same kind of ability that Captain Sax has, which is that they will push any units out of the way whenever they are attacking. So melee units will not hit back unless they hit first. But right now Cinder generation is so weak that I can't really justify Motivator Atsi in any list, but they are strong otherwise. So to me, another 2. But next up, we do have a very strong unit in Nuisance. They are able to, with Airborne, fly anywhere they want. They are not restricted to terrain in the same way other units are. And they have a very annoying sap, a very fitting name, being able to give Electrified to any unit they hit and deal damage to. So if the damage is reduced to 0, the enemy will not be electrified. And electrified is a very annoying unit, annoying keyword or debuff to have on a unit. But since Nuisance is only 1 attack, it's easy to reduce the attack of Nuisance, neutralizing their ability completely. If they were stronger, they would definitely have been quite OP. But right now they are a little bit weaker, still very good, don't get me wrong. So to me, this is a 4, and you might consider including them in any list that you are playing. And we will continue with another great unit in Pacifier Otley. And this is a very unique ability in that you can return any crew to the bridge. But you do take 1 damage to the Pacifier Otley. But you don't really mind that because they have 10 health already. And being quite strong in attack and health for only 5 leadership with an amazing ability, to me, Pacifier Otley is another very high ranking 4, might even be 5. So yeah. Next up, Rebuilder Texo is a decent unit. They are a little too expensive for me for what they do. They are able to heal a lot in one single cinder, and then also increasing the unit's health. But being that they are very expensive and weak in other stats, to me, Rebuild Texo becomes very situational, and it's somewhat decent, but the risk versus reward in my eyes is not that great for them. So yeah, they are middle of the pack unit at 3. And now we have Salvager Saka. And in terms of what they are able to do, this is a very strong unit and quite balanced in the sense that they are very expensive in leadership and somewhat expensive in Cinder. What will, in my eyes, bring them down on ranking a little slightly is the health and attack damage that they do. But the ability to revive any crew that is damaged, is destroyed, and healing them for 3 is very, very strong. But then again, they are balanced at the highest leadership cost at 9, which will bring them to a 3 in my eyes again. But then with the next 2 units, we will go to the very bottom of a tier list, placing Sludge. Sorry, I had a little bit of a situation there and forgot to place the what's it called, Salvager Saka on the listing. But as I was saying, Sludge Breaker Inaya is one of the weaker units in the game, being a 3 with only 1 attack and 7 health. They are quite weak, and their ability is not that impactful. You are able to force the opponent to move a certain way, but that comes at the cost of you also having to then go the same direction, which makes them quite hard to use. So in my eyes, this is a 1. And I will go straight to Toro, which is another one. Another one I will place at the bottom of the tier list. It is quite interesting to see unique win conditions in any game, but Toro's win condition is so difficult to use and to accomplish, and that's just it. So another bottom of the tier list. But then we have 2 units which serve sort of the same function in the game. These are very expensive units which do a lot of damage and will manipulate a lot of the field. Both Reti Wrangler Ma and Sapper Anenki are what I would call win more units, or if you're already winning and you deploy any of these 2 units, you will just win harder. You won't be able to really utilize them if you are behind, but if you are winning, you will be winning even more. So they are very expensive, but they are capable of dealing heavy damage in a single turn, which makes both Sapper Anenki and Reti Wrangler Ma, in my eyes, a 3 on the board. They are only there to win harder. So guys, that is going to be it for today's ranking. They are, as we see, not that strong, but they certainly have potential to be strong. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and check out Moonbreaker's Discord channel if you have any thing you want to talk about the game. And I appreciate any comments or help that you give. Bye!